There are people who are having amazing lives and others who are struggling, and no matter how hard they try, and they really are trying, things just don't seem to work out. In observing these two types of people, I've been really curious about what makes the difference between people whose lives work incredibly and those whose don't. So I'm here to share with you the answer is those of us whose lives work are engaging what I call your 3 best superpowers. And we all have them. So maybe it never occurred to you that you might have superpowers, and what on earth are those, and what can they do for me? Well, your superpowers are natural, and what they do is they help you lower your stress, they help give you peace of mind, they help inspire your creativity, they give you the courage to and the wisdom to know where your opportunities are and move you into right place at right time and create one after the other empowering, synchronistic, supportive, dynamic events where you just keep getting more and more and more into the flow of a beautiful life. When you use these superpowers, your health improves, your relationships improve, your inspiration, your sense of purpose starts to get fulfilled. You become an attraction magnet, you start to prosper, you start to feel that your life has meaning and is fabulous. You actually start enjoying the life you have now instead of constantly chasing some elusive dream in the future. So we all have these superpowers and they come naturally to us, and the best part is they're not difficult at all to activate, and in fact, you do use them all the time. Maybe just not all 3, or not all 3 at once. So what are these superpowers? Well, simply put, the first is meditation, or the ability to calm your mind and be in charge of your life instead of letting your thoughts make you crazy and stress you out. It's just the ability to relax. That's a superpower, especially when it helps you relax no matter what is happening in the world around you. Second superpower is imagination. When you use your imagination the way it's designed to be used, when you begin to take charge of your imagination, the sky is the limit when it comes to what you can actually create. There are no limitations as long as your imagination is the superpower that you're using instead of letting other people hijack it and use it against you. So that's another superpower. And the third is my favorite, and that's the superpower of intuition. Your intuition, your sixth sense, is your inner compass. It's your GPS. It's your divine guidance system. It protects you. It leads you to your opportunities. It leads you away from bad decisions and stressful, even threatening situations. Your intuition gives you inspiration, direction. It connects you to people. So it leads you to great relationships. Even that alone can change your life. Any one of these 3 tools. But when you bring them together and you become aware of the power of this trilogy of super tools, superpowers, supernatural abilities, and you begin to integrate them into your life, all kinds of things start happening that are amazing. I want to tell you about a client whom I've taught to use these 3 superpowers and what happened to him. When he first met him, he wanted to create his own business. He was a chef and his dream was to start a restaurant. But he had really no money, no backing, just this desire. And everybody in his life told him he was crazy and it wouldn't happen, it would go out of business, he'd never get the money, you name it, life was working against him. So I taught him the power of meditation in a really quick tool. just breathing in and breathing out and pushing away all these voices. And I taught him about imagination, how to really imagine his dream and see it happen and follow his intuition. In working with these tools with me step by step, because he had no introduction, he opened his first restaurant and it was an overnight success, which led to another and another and another, and now he has over 50 restaurants, was voted one of the top restaurateurs in Chicago, and has over 3,000 employees. So not only did he fulfill his dream, he's manifested it at the highest level, making money, having fun, creating over and over again, and employing people and giving them livelihoods and opportunities. So without the superpowers, I'm confident that would have never happened. But using these tools, using these natural abilities and amplifying and strengthening him, he's become such a successful, profitable, and philanthropic person that it's what I call the superpowers are what I call the gift that keeps on giving. So with that in mind, I want to introduce to you a superpower technique right now to get your intuition up and running. Now with intuition, we have it all the time, but we don't listen to it because we're so preoccupied with what our head says. Here's a simple practice that will get you back into your intuition and give it a voice. It's called My Head Says, My Heart Says. So bring to mind a question in which you really want and you're really interested in receiving intuitive guidance, and then say it out loud. For example, I would like to know if it's a good time to change the job I have. I would like to know if this relationship is worth pursuing. I would like to know if I am getting the right medical treatment that I need. I would like to know how to manifest my dream of writing a book or creating a play or starting a movie or falling in love. Okay, one sentence, just be interested and available to the answer. Now you know your head has an opinion about all of this and you don't want to fight it, so simply give it its opportunity by doing this. My head says, in response to your question, and fill in the blank. So let's use the example of, I'd like to know if it's a good time to move. My head says the economy is bad. My head says I'll never find the proper place to make me happy. My head says I want to move, but it's too expensive. My head says it's a bad idea and I'll regret it. You know the things that your head says all the time that discourage you from the dreams you have, so let it speak and do it until you can't think of any more things that your head wants to say. Next, take a breath. Look around the room and notice right where you are, including the things you're looking at, like there's the window, there's the floor, there's my trainers, there's my tennis shoes, anything physical right in front of you, because this brings you out of your head and into the present moment. Then take a breath and put your hand on your heart. As you breathe in, now give your heart, which is where your intuition originates, give your heart a chance to speak. Breathe in and say, my heart says it's a perfect time to move. My heart says, look in this such and such neighborhood. My heart says, ask these friends for help. My heart says, it's a better time next month. Just be curious and keep doing it over and over again, just listening to what your heart says. If you wait too long, you're back in your head, so you have to just thump your chest and go, ha! And that shoots you out of your head and back into your heart. Breathe, and my heart says. Feel the difference between what your head says and your heart says. Head energy is tense and stressed and contracted, and heart energy expands. It opens up and it starts receiving guidance. So you try this tool 2 or 3 times, but the key is do it out loud. And you'll begin to notice the difference between your head, plus you'll quiet it down and allow your intuition to be heard. allow yourself to receive it because it is there. And because you'll feel so much better, it'll feel true, it'll feel correct for you, it'll feel supportive, it will become easier to follow it. Simple tool, try it right now. It takes a second and it works every time.